According to AdSage, the average small YouTuber makes about $100 a month from their YouTube channel. In addition to that, Riverside, which is a podcasting platform, says that only 0.3% of YouTubers ever make more than $5,000 per month. And if your goal is to make $10,000 per month, you're a part of a very exclusive group. And in this video, what I want to do is I want to go over a few reasons why most people never make $5,000 or even $10,000 per month. And no, it doesn't have to do anything with video editing or lighting or some of those other things that the other gurus are going to tell you. These are 7 clear reasons and examples. And once you make these changes, the sky's the limit. You'll never have to worry about the inconsistent payments. You'll never have to worry about the number of subscribers or followers you have. So if you want to turn your YouTube channel into a full-time income, watch this entire video because this might be the best video that you see today. Hi, my name is Austin Godbolt and I teach platform-proof monetization. I don't believe in the YouTube Partner Program because it's inconsistent. You have no control. It can be taken from you at any point. I'm a fan of businesses, and if you're a YouTube channel, you're a business. I'm a fan of business owners having more control. And I teach methods so that you have control. And if you are interested in having more control in your life, in your business, in your YouTube channel, make sure you follow me and share this video with a friend. If you're a content creator and you're tired of trying to go viral, tired of the inconsistent payouts, tired of playing the algorithm game, and wondering if you're going to make enough to pay a bill, keep listening. You see, the real problem isn't your views. The real problem is that you are relying on an algorithm, you're relying on a platform that was never designed to help you make any money. But today we're going to change that. We're going to show you how you can monetize your platform, monetize your following with over $4,000 in free tools and a 14-day free trial. If you're ready to escape the hamster wheel of content creation in hopes that you'll make a decent amount of money this month, keep listening. Instead of chasing the next trend, now is the time to create a tiny offer engine system that will pay you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, regardless if you get 200 views or 2,000. I put together a tiny offer engine starter kit that will help you create digital assets that'll pay you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. While I can't get into everything, the tiny offer engine will help you identify your niche. It'll help you identify the best digital product for your audience. It'll help you create the digital product in just a weekend, a sales page, a checkout page, and everything else that you need to get up and running. And I'm giving it away to you for free. In fact, I'm giving you over $4,000 in tools, templates, coaching, and training to help you get started. All you have to do is click the first link in the description or go to platformproof.com to get started today. So what we're going to do today is we are going to talk about why 99% of YouTube channels never make 10K on YouTube. Now, I say this as someone that has been relatively successful. I have made, I think at the peak, I was making over $20,000 per month with my YouTube channel, with this very YouTube channel. And so I'm speaking from experience. It wasn't, just to give you a little bit of background, in the very beginning, I struggled with my YouTube channel, and I'll highlight some of the things that I fell into, some of the traps that I fell into throughout this video so that you know you can point them out. In the very beginning, I struggled with my YouTube channel. I struggled to find success. I struggled to get monetized. And it wasn't until I started changing the way I approached my channel where I actually started seeing success both in the short term and the long term. So let's go ahead and get into these 7 reasons. Now, I want you to comment down below which one of these resonate most with you. And so the way that this is broken down, we're going to talk about a challenge that 99% of YouTubers are facing, what the 1% are doing that is different, so that you can actually get started, find success, and start making money. So number 1, most people are treating their YouTube channel like a lottery and not a business. I said early on that your YouTube channel is a business. YouTube is making money off of your channel, so there's no reason why you shouldn't think about it more like a business as well. And ultimately, if you are in YouTube to make money, you should approach it like a business. And so businesses don't care about views, right? While Walmart, Target, Best Buy, they show up, they sit on the most popular streets in the neighborhood to get exposure. The whole goal isn't just exposure, it's to get them into the building and spending money with them. Oftentimes, unfortunately, most YouTubers are just focused on views. They're focused on going viral, and they're focused on pleasing the algorithm. And as we know, as we've seen, The algorithm can change on a whim. It can turn with the drop of a dime or the drop of a hat. And we've seen this over the last year. In addition, the algorithm, not only the algorithm, consumer sentiment can change. There can be an influx in AI that really tips the scales. And so if you're banking on views, you're going to be frustrated when views change. What the 1% do, all the top YouTubers that are making a lot of money, they treat it like a business. They think about who I can help, who I can serve, and they don't think about the platform as much. They look at the YouTube Partner Program as icing on the cake. They approach the YouTube Partner Program as, bill money, grocery shopping money. And when you approach it that way, that means you're going to have systems set up in the back end, whether you're selling a digital product or you're doing coaching or you have a software as a service, that's going to be a little bit more stable and a little bit more consistent, especially if you're doing email marketing. And as I mentioned, when I first got started, my sole goal was to get monetized by the YouTube Partner Program, and I wasn't getting any visibility. And I was stuck and frustrated when I was only getting 27, 12, and 15 views. However, when you shift your focus to not like a lottery and actually like a business, you start thinking about your business a little bit differently. You start thinking about how you can capitalize on each viewer that actually sees your content. And that's really important. Again, the Walmart analogy, when someone walks through the doors at Walmart has an expected amount of money that each customer on average is going to pay. And you should approach it that way as well. You should look at YouTube and other social media platforms as the traffic source. So let's say YouTube is a highway. It's like the Autobahn or I-94. What you're doing, what you should be doing, is you should be making videos and thumbnails, kind of like those signs that you see while you're driving up and down the road. You know how McDonald's has a logo or their logo on every exit? You should be doing the same thing. And when you approach it that way, the whole purpose of YouTube is to get people into your business. I think you'll approach it a little bit different. You'll be a little bit more strategic, and you won't view it as like a lottery. You'll be a little bit more strategic when you're creating content. So that is number one. Stop treating YouTube like a lottery and start treating it like a business. Number two, and this is really important. Most people fail because they try and make a YouTube channel for everyone. And I don't know if you've heard this before. When you try and appeal to everyone, you actually appeal to no one. So stop making content about generic topics. In 2026, and I think even going forward, the more specific you can be, the more money you can make, okay? And think about it like this. You've got two products. One product is hair care, general hair care. The next product is hair care for dark hair, or hair care for curly hair. Which product is going to do better? The product that is more specific, because people know, people trust, people understand that, okay, this product is going to help me if I have curly hair, if I have dark hair. What you should be doing instead is, instead of creating a YouTube channel, instead of just creating a gaming channel, one thing that you can do is you can create a gaming channel for a specific game. And if you want to get even more narrow and focused, create a gaming channel for a specific type of gamer. I believe that if you created a GTA 6 gaming channel for people in their 30s and 40s, I think that will do better than just creating a GTA channel. So I think generic content is holding a lot of people back because they feel like if I'm broad, if I'm generic, I can appeal to more people. But in reality, if you're more specific, you are showing that you can help people solve the problem that they're going through. For example, I focus on busy creators, people in their 30s. It's not to say that I can't help people in their 20s and teens, but I understand the challenges of people in their 30s. I understand the challenges of the parents. And when I speak to that, it shows confidence, and my viewers have confidence in me. In fact, if I opened up my demographics, it's people in their 30s, 40s, and early 50s that are full-time employees. They probably have at least one kid. They're probably married. And so they're looking to start a business or a YouTube channel with limited time. Okay. And another example is, let's say you're trying to lose weight and you have the option of watching a 20-year-old kid that has the metabolism. He can eat whatever he wants and it just disappears. He doesn't work a full-time job. He works kind of like a BS job. and, he's giving you advice? Or would you listen to someone that is like yourself, that works full time, that maybe has an office job that makes them work 10, 15 hours per week, that has a family that has obligations after work? You're probably going to listen to that person that you are most aligned with. And you should do the same thing with your YouTube channel. And that's what successful people are doing. They are picking painful, specific identity and outcomes, okay? So they are finding a group of people, people that want to lose weight, men that want to lose weight in their 30s that have a full-time job. And they're creating their content around those specific needs. And you got to remember too, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in each one of these little categories, and you don't even need millions of people to make money. Okay, so going forward, stop making your channel for everyone and start making it for a specific group of people. Oftentimes people say like have an avatar, but just focus. Focus on who you want to help. Focus on who you were 3 to 5 years ago, and the challenges that you went through, because most likely there's somebody going through those exact same challenges right now, and you can lead them forward. So that is number 2. Number 3, you don't have one of the biggest reasons why people don't make 10K is you simply don't have the numbers. The math doesn't add up. If you're trying to make $10,000 with the YouTube Partner Program and your CPMs are 30 cents, you got to do the math there. You're going to need lots and lots of views consistently. You're going to need to go viral consistently in order to consistently do that. However, what the 1% do, and I'm going to have to kind of move this quicker. What the 1% do is they are offering a low ticket entry level product to get people in the door. They're charging maybe $9, $17, whatever. But then on the back end, they've got back end systems that will make it easier for them to make 10K. And there are people out there that say, hey, I don't want to sell a course. I hate selling. Don't think of it that you hate selling. Think of it as you are taking the opportunity to serve people. You've identified a problem that they have, and you have a solution that will help them get out of the pain and frustration that they are currently experiencing. And you can just do the math here. Let's say you have a $197 product, a $200 product. How many people do you need in order to make 10K with a $200 product? You can have a $1,000 one-on-one coaching. You do that, you only need 10 people, and obviously the math becomes much easier. If you've got reoccurring subscriptions on the back end, the math becomes even easier. And then you can mix in things like affiliate marketing. But one of the biggest issues that people have, and why most people are making like $100 a month with their YouTube channel, is the math is just impossible. And the math is impossible to consistently do it. The other thing too is you want to make sure that every one of your videos is pointing to your offer. You don't want to have a rogue video that does well, but it isn't aligned with your primary audience's pain points. So it's really important that you sit down and do the math. Do the math how many views you would need if you're just going by the YouTube Partner Program to make 10K. And you're going to see that you're going to need, and the other thing too is not all views are equal. You would need a certain amount of views from tier 1 countries, and then sprinkle in some other views from developing countries, tier 2 and tier 3, in order for the numbers to work. I'm not going to do the numbers off my head, but if you just think about it, if I'm only going to monetize with the YouTube Partner Program, how many views do I actually need? Because, when it comes to the RPM, and your RPMs, let's say $1 per 1,000 views, you need 1,000 views just to make $1. So if that's the math, how many views would you need in order to make $10,000? Okay, so you can see there that the numbers start to get a little bit crazy. But the other way, as I mentioned, as I've elaborated, if you have a back-end system, the numbers don't have to be crazy. You don't need to have millions of views every single month to make a decent living. So that is number 3. Number 4 is your videos don't lead anywhere. A lot of people are creating entertainment content. And entertainment's great. There's a place for entertainment. But when you just create entertainment, people say, then what? Then they go on to something else. What I think you should be doing is you should be offering a mix of entertainment and educational content. If you can do what's called infotainment, you can create subscribers, you can create a lead, and then eventually a buyer. A lot of people are just after viewers. They're just after the virality. And that's why a lot of people get stuck. They wind up chasing the views. And if you're just creating education or entertainment content, let me start over. If you're just creating entertainment content, it's very difficult for advertisers and marketers to understand the journey, right? So all of this kind of goes back to the CPMs and RPMs. CPMs and RPMs are higher when the marketers know the end game of the customer, right? Why are the CPMs and RPMs higher for the make money online niche or make money niche? Is because they know that at the end of the day, people want to make money and they might be willing to invest in a product or service to help them make money or save money. If you're creating puppy videos where puppies are running in planes, advertisers don't really know where that customer journey is. Is it like a 5-year-old watching this? Are they just watching it in the background? And it's hard to monetize that. So what you should be doing is you should be more intentional about your videos. If you want, create playlists. Playlists for affiliate marketing products, playlists for solutions, playlists identifying and highlighting problems. I think that's really important, and it shows that you understand your customer and you understand the problems and challenges that they face, and that you're in the best position to help them out. So that is number 4. Make sure that all of your videos lead somewhere. Ask yourself, before you make a video, before you put together an outline, where does this video lead? Does it lead to a product that I'm offering? Does it lead to a service? If it leads nowhere, consider making that video. Number 5, they don't own their audience. You don't own your audience. And what I mean by that is YouTube owns their YouTube viewers. And because of that, because it's YouTube and YouTube owns it, they can give you viewers and subscribers, they can take them away at a moment's notice. What you should be doing at the very least, regardless of what niche you're in, is you should be building a mailing list. You should be collecting the names and emails of people that see your content. And the reason is just because they watch your video once, there's no guarantee that they're going to come back for the next upload. And so to capitalize on that viewer, you need to be building a mailing list. And there's 2 ways to do it. There's the way where you offer them a lead magnet or a freebie, or you can offer them a low ticket product or service that solves a specific problem. I'm more of a fan of the second way, where you're offering a low ticket digital product or service, but you could start with a lead magnet where you're giving them something for free in exchange for their name and their email. And the biggest benefit of this is you can monetize them off the platform. You can actually send them back to your content anytime there's a new upload. You can ask them for ideas. Hey, what video should I make next? You can send them affiliate offers. You can actually resell that mailing list. It is a better way because, like I said, there's no guarantee that YouTube is ever going to show your video to someone else again. The algorithm changes, consumer sentiment can change, but your mailing list is the one thing that you can really take with you. If YouTube kicked you off the platform, you still have that mailing list to fall back on. So start email marketing. All of the successful YouTubers have some sort of email marketing built in. Maybe they're building like an online community, like a school group. I would still be a bigger fan of having a mailing list, because if school disappears or you're kicked off, whatever, but make sure, if you want to become part of the 1%, build a mailing list from day one. It doesn't matter if you've got 10 subscribers or 1 million. Start email marketing today. All right, so that was number 5. You don't control your audience. Number 6, one of the biggest problems with YouTube is we start YouTube for freedom and it turns into a job. And what you really should be doing is you should be systematizing everything, okay? And what I really mean by that is make sure that you are batch creating, okay? What most people are doing is they say, damn, I gotta make a YouTube video. What am I gonna make it about? And then they just make it, they film it, they spend 8 hours editing it, they hurry up and throw together a thumbnail, and then they upload it, which takes up a lot of time. Every video feels like you're reinventing the wheel. Every video takes up a bunch of time, and a couple things happen. You get burnt out, you stop doing it, you lose the love and the passion for the video creation process, or you're inconsistent. You have a plan of making 5 videos per week, but because of the time that it takes, and you're already working a full-time job, you might do 1 video this week, 2 videos next, and you're inconsistent. What you should be doing, and what I did in the very beginning to help me, was I batch created everything. I spent one day coming up with content ideas for the next week or two. I spent another day coming up with an outline for my video. Make sure that you come up with an outline for all of your videos, and then spend 1 or 2 days filming the videos and then an additional day editing. That way you're more efficient. You've got a nice repeatable format. With AI, that actually should help you a little bit easier as well. But you want to try and repurpose and batch out as much as you can. You will save so much time. Try and reuse assets as well. So if you're using like B-roll, if you're using motion graphics, try and like save those as templates so that they can be reused again and again and again. But if you can batch create, if you can turn everything into a system, or as much as you can into a system, it'll make you more efficient. You won't get burnt out, and you'll be able to just save time when you're creating content. It won't feel like you're constantly on the content hamster wheel. Most people, I guarantee you this is something that you're doing, most people are just thinking to themselves, I got to make a video, and they either rush to put a video out or they take forever to get one done and they get burnt out. And so the final reason, number 7, I kind of alluded to this a little bit earlier, is you never do the math to make 10K. 10K a month is a dream. It's very difficult to do. It's very difficult to do consistently. But before you make your next video, reverse engineer everything. And what I'm even going to tell you to do is I'm going to tell you to grab a piece of paper, blank piece of paper, and you're going to write down a few things. You're going to write down the problems that your target audience are having. We're going to write down problems, and then you're going to write down some solutions. And what I want you to do is I want you to draw a triangle or a giant pyramid. And I'm actually going to draw this while I'm talking. Draw a triangle or a giant pyramid. And each level of the pyramid, you offer something, a product or service, to help your target audience achieve a result. And at every level, give it a price. So at the bottom level, your widest swath of people, I don't know if you guys can see that, you're going to put free. And so this is going to be your content. It's going to be the widest group of people because most people are going to see your content. They're never going to pay. The next level is a tiny digital asset that you're going to charge, let's say $9. Okay. This is going to be a tool, a template, something that they can download and implement, DIY, do it themselves. The next thing that you're going to do is you are going to come up with a product or service that you can charge reoccurring for. And you're going to charge, let's say, between $29 and let's say $59 per month. Okay, great. And with that, let's assume that most people are going to stay 3 months. So 30 times 3 is going to be 90, between 90, 60 times 6 times 3 is 180. So assume that that's going to be between $90 and $180 per person. And then the next thing might be a course. And you're going to charge, I don't know, $4.99 for the course. Now, these numbers are going to vary based on your niche, based on the problems that you're solving. And then at the very top, you are going to have one-on-one coaching where you charge $1,000. Okay? And so now that you've got this framework, all you got to do is reverse engineer and figure out how many views you need, how many people you need at each level, and that'll give you a clear indication of how to make 10K. Okay? So let's assume that you get 10,000 people per month to watch your content, 10K per month. And out of 10K, let's say 10% buy your $9 product. So what's 10% of 10K? We'll say 1,000 people. If we do that, that's $9,000. That number seems kind of high. Let's get rid of a zero. Let's say 100 people. 100 people times 9, that equals $900. Great. And out of those 900 people, let's say I don't know, 10% buy your monthly membership, and each one of those people will pay you, let's say $100 for your reoccurring. So we'll say 90 times 100. Now, you can play with these numbers all you want, and you can even plug these numbers into AI, and AI will give you better numbers and better indication. But if we just take 90 times 100, that right there comes out to $9,000. And then let's say out of those 90 people, 10% or 9 will buy your $4.99 product, $4.99 times 9. And then let's just assume one person buys your 1K one-on-one coaching, that's $1,000 right there. So if you just did the math, 1,000 plus, let's say what's 499 times 9? I don't know. Let's say 1,000 plus 9,000. This is well over $10,000 right here. And, these numbers aren't impossible. They're improbable for you because you've never done them before. But as you get more knowledge, skills, and experience in selling digital products and services online, these numbers become not impossible, not improbable. They become achievable. They become attainable. But you're going to have to learn and build skills, right? You're not just going to wake up one day and say, I'm going to make $10,000. You need to figure out the skills that you're missing, that you need to improve on to be able to offer this different value suite. Once you learn that, you can be successful and you can become the top 0.1% that are making $10,000 or more per month. Am I telling you you're going to do it? Absolutely not. Can you do it? Yes. There are many people out there that are doing it. And you also have to realize too that YouTube gets billions of monthly visitors and you don't need billions of views. I just showed you here. You can do this with 10,000 views per month. You can do this with 50,000 views per month. Most likely, whatever views you're getting right now is more than enough to be successful. You just need to be consistent and persistent. Comment down below if this has been the most helpful video that you've seen today. Also comment 25-minute club if you stayed until the end of this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.